Hey bears, I am the Gaming-Grizzly and welcome to the top 10 survival tips and tricks for Identity V. Since I've recently played the game a lot, I wanted to share my experience with you, so you can improve your gameplay right away. Those are the top 10 tips and tricks that I think are very important, but feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below if you have any other tips that you want to share with us. This video actually took me a lot of time and effort to create, so I would really appreciate if you would leave me a like and a comment in the comment section below, share it with your friends, family and your dogs, and if you haven't already, leave us up to the Gaming-Grizzly. Okay, let's start with tip number 1. Learn how to use the characters and get yourself a favorite one, but also learn how to play other characters. This seems to be quite a stupid tip, but it really isn't. I've seen a lot of players jumping right into the game with a random character just because they like their style or maybe their outfit. Before you start playing a character, you should definitely understand its purpose. In Identity V, a character can basically have one of the three main purposes. The first one, decoding, the second one, kiting, or the third one, rescuing. But a really good example for a decoder is the Mind's Eye. With her ability Mind's Eye, her decoding speed is increased by 30%, but also she's fragile and physical weak, which means obstacle vaulting speed is decreased by 30%, so she can't run away from the hunter, she has to concentrate on decoding. Then we have the kiters. Kiters have to concentrate on kiting the hunters. This means that they have to get the attention of the hunter and keep him away from the decoders. At the moment, the best character for kiting is the forward. We can clearly see that his abilities makes him a really good kiter. Athletic, for example, increases his obstacle vaulting speed by 20%, the pellet pulling speed by 50%, and the recovery time of the hunter stunned by the forward is increased by 15%. His ability Struggle increases the struggling by 10%. And we have the ability All Thumbs, which reads, clumsy and terrible with machines, decoding speed is decreased by 30%. So as you can see, the forward is absolutely not meant to decode ciphers, but perfect for kiting around the hunter. And last but not least, the rescuers. They obviously have to focus on rescuing other teammates as soon as they are caught by the hunter. A really good example for a rescuer is the coordinator. With a pistol, she can easily stun the hunter and rescue her teammates. And as soon as our other survivor is on a rocket chair, we are basically forced to help him, because of her ability Army Bond, which says that the speed of decoding ciphers in opening exit gates is decreased by 60% when a teammate is placed on a rocket chair. It's always important to know your character's abilities. Before playing with a character, make sure to study its buffs and debuffs. Also make sure to learn how to play different characters. In my opinion, there is no need in playing two forwards in one single match, so you should be able to switch to a different character. Talking about teams, tip number 2. Get a good team. Play with friends and develop a strategy on how to win the game. If you are new to the game and you have no one to play with, use the in-game chat to find people to play with. You can also go to the Identity V forums, social media and Discord servers to search other players to team up with. And you can also join my Discord server to play with other people. I will leave the link in the description below. Once you found a good team that you can rely on, your chances of winning will increase drastically. Once you've played a few matches with your newfound friends, you will get used to each other and everything works just like a charm. If you are able to talk to your team, you'll have a huge advantage to the hunter. At the moment, there isn't an in-game chat, but you could use a third-party app like Skype or Discord to start a voice chat with your team. If you can't use voice chat with your team, make sure to use the alerts and send your teammates notifications. For example, if the hunter is next to you, make sure to let your teammates know that he is right next to you, so they can focus on decoding. If you are on a rocket chair and you think it's safe to help you, tell your friends that you need help. A quick summary of tip 2, get a good team, rely on each other and know your role in the team. Tip number 3. Listen to your environment. If you are someone who plays games without sound, Identity V is definitely the wrong game for you. During the game you will get a lot of acoustical hints that will allow you to better understand what is going on. I will tell you the key sounds you should definitely learn to hear and understand. The first one is the someone got hit sound. If another survivor is hit, you will get a notification. As soon as you hear it, look around, because you will be able to see the hunter's location for a short time. The heartbeat. You will hear that your heart will start beating as soon as the hunter is close to you. It will become faster and louder the closer he is. If the hunter is chasing you, you will also notice that the game music will change. And the alarm sound when all 5 ciphers are decoded. There will be a loud alarm sound as soon as your team was able to decode all 5 ciphers. As soon as you hear this sound, you'll be able to see the 2 exit gates for a few seconds. Make sure to look around, locate the nearest exit gate and escape from the hunter. The other way around, you should also understand that the hunter is getting sound notification if you are doing specific actions. For example, the hunter will get notifications if you fail a cipher decoding calibration, or if you put down a pallet or vault a window. So if you are not chased by the hunter, don't put down pallets or vault windows, it will give away your position. Except if you are kiting the hunter and you want him to know where you are. Then, putting down pallets or vaulting a window is a good way to get the hunter's attention. Another good trick for the kiter is to fail a decoding calibration. You will get the hunter's attention, and as a nice side effect, you can also see where the hunter is for a short period of time. Tip number 4. Know the map. At the moment there are 3 different maps, but I know that NetEase will add more in the future. Of course, it takes some time to get used to all of them, but try to remember the locations of important things. It will give you a big advantage if you know your environment, and it will improve the chances of winning extremely. Try to memorize the location of the ciphers, the locations of the exit gates, and good spots for kiting the hunter around. Know the locations of the basements, the rocket chairs, and the dungeons. The red church map is a little bit special. You can create windows by breaking walls. Make sure to make an escape plan if the hunter finds you by creating windows next to ciphers. It's sure a difficult thing to remember all the maps, but the more you play, the easier it will be to understand the maps. Tip number 5. Understand the hunter. Just as the survivors, every hunter has different abilities. I recommend you to play as every hunter several times to exactly understand how each hunter works. And what you definitely should do is reading the ability page of each hunter. Understanding their skills will improve your chances of winning the game. Especially if you are the kiter of the team, the person who lures around the hunter so everyone else can decode. For example, you should know that the gamekeeper can catch you even if you are far away, because of his hook abilities. The Hell Emperor can put down puppets that will give him your location if you are too close, and he can also teleport back to those puppets. And the Soul Weaver can put down silk traps with her webbing ability. So as you can see, understanding the different hunters is the key to success. Tip number 6. Selecting the right talents for your playstyle. Let's open up the persona and check out the main talents that you can select. If we take a look at the Broken Windows talent, we can see that the dash speed is increased by 50% for 3 seconds after vaulting a window. Cooldown 40 seconds. So this is basically a good ability if you are a kiter. And the Tide Turner talent is a good talent for the rescuer. After saving a survivor from a rocket chair, both you and the survivor will be invisible for 20 seconds. During this time you cannot be knocked down or healed. The damage taken within this time will be applied instantly when the effect dissipates. The ability can only be used once. As you can see, the persona offers a lot of different talents for different playstyles, so make sure to use the talents that you need. Tip number 7. Don't use flashy skins. At least if you are playing a ranked match and you really want to win. I can totally understand that you want to show off your awesome Aladdin skin with the huge turban or your magical Mind's Eye cake skins. But of course, the hunter will easily spot you in those flashy skins, and this might decrease the chances of winning the game. But there's also an exception for this rule. For example, the Hermes shoe skin for the forward. Since the forward's purpose is to kite the hunter, it might actually be a pretty good idea to get the attention of the hunter by wearing a flashy skin. Tip number 8. Heal yourself whenever you can. Your chances are higher to escape the hunter if you have full health. In most cases, the hunter can't knock you down with a single hit if you have full health. But how can I heal myself if I am not Emily the doctor? Well, the most obvious option would be to get some help from a teammate. And of course, if you're a survivor and you can see that a teammate needs help, give him a helping hand and heal him up. But what if there are no other survivors around? Well, if you're a mechanic, you can use your robot to heal yourself. Pretty easy. And you can also find items like a syringe or a robot in item boxes. In general, it's a good idea to open up item boxes, because you can always find items that might help you in your current situation. And here comes tip number 9. A tie is always better than a loss. This one might be super obvious, but I think I need to say it. A tie is better than a loss. It happened way too often that there was a good chance of getting a tie or maybe even a win. But one team member thought it would be a good idea to rescue a teammate that is either on a rocket chair that is way too far away from the escape gates, or to rescue a team member that is being face-cammed. The hunter could also have the talent detention, which will knock you down with one single hit. Sure, if you have the mechanic or you got the robot from an item box, use your robot and try to rescue the survivor. But running there yourself is a bad idea in most of the cases. Only rescue if you are 100% sure that you and your rescued survivor can make it to the exit gate. Don't risk losing the game. A tie is always better than a loss. And finally, we reach tip number 10. Keep on playing the game and have fun. The more matches you play, the better you will get. You will learn a lot of things while playing the game. You will understand the characters, the maps and the hunters. And yes, you can always watch tips and tricks videos or read guides. But the best way to understand the different characters and their behaviors is if you actually play the game. If you want to play the game just for fun, or if you just started the game, I would recommend you to play the quick matches. If you think you understand the game good enough to step up the difficulty, begin to play ranked matches. You can find that the players in ranked are normally more competitive and skilled. So that's it. Those are my top 10 survivor tips and tricks that I wanted to share with you guys. If there is a tip that you think I forgot, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. I genuinely want to know what tips and tricks you guys use. Also make sure to check out my channel for more Identity 5 tips videos. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook to get updates and personal thoughts about the game. And join my Discord server to talk to me and thousands of other bears. Links to all of my social media is in the description below. Leave a like if this video helped you and subscribe if you want more videos. And I hope you have a great day. See you all in the next video. Bye bye!